that is the wrong game. Huh. See, that's what I tried to do. Oh, let's leave you here. Weird. Alright, well, whatevs.
We will win this war.
Are we in trouble yet?
A Chalet.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
And then... Weird. Okay, you just step on it. I tried to step on it before, and I guess I just wasn't doing it right. Newest to oldest. I got this. Faith Bearer. Whenever the wielder of this scimitar confirms a crit, they make a lore religion check. On a success, all allies in a 15-foot area are healed for the amount of hit points equal to the number of the ranks the wielder has in lore religion. What the fuck is that? What a weird-ass weapon.
I lead, you follow.
I think we'll go back. A terrible weapon if you lose your religion, I guess.
Onwards.
Here we go. Let's go back to the Battle Bliss. Now we'll come over and tell this nerd that I've bought all the stuff for his guy. I've arranged the deal with the succubi. I'm glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable, since I cannot attend to them myself. I think you will find the reward of your assistance quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you against a member of the Nahadran League. Please let me know as soon as you're ready. The deal with the succubi cost more than expected. At the rates of the service of the 10,000 delights, the sum I gave you was more than enough to cover the cost. I will enter the arena now. Actually, hold on. I have to go. Let me save. Okay, now I will enter the arena. I hope you came prepared. They are formidable opponents. Atslum is your next opponent. He's claimed the life of over 100 of her opponents. She has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she has never stayed dead. It's quite mysterious. She always comes back to life, ready to fight in the battle bliss once more. I'm ready to enter. I wish you luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet kiss. Yeah, you've said that every time. The Hadron League proudly presents its fighter. You've enjoyed her 100 kills. Atslum thrice skilled. I'll cut your eyes faster than you can blink. The winner of the fight will be granted a membership in the Nahadran League, and the other will die, or in the case of Atslum, not die. We'll have to find out. Fighters, commence! Able to get that close, and I should be able to charge her.
None shall escape!
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
I'm gonna grapple. Can't be happening. The Nahadran League's fighter is down. The fearsome Anselin has fallen. Long live the newest member of the Nahadran League. Ermangaleth solemnly raises his hand for silence. His eyes sweep across the arena before coming to rest on you. There's a sly look on his face as he gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming pompous and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowd and his voice booms. Behold, the newest member of the Nahadran League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent, and cunning. It is Kang, the Mephit Slayer, glory and death. The crowd goes wild, and demons climb over one another, trying to get a better look at you. The roar of the spectators grows so loud that you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship if you are as a god. Glory and death. This is the battle cry of doomed madmen. How many times have I heard it? How many times have I shouted it while I stand in the arena? I run from what I have done. I run as fast as I can, but I have the smallest thing, even the smallest thing can remind me of my path. Then it all comes flooding back. I remember the terrible things I've done. Scowl menacingly. You swine, you piece of shit. Come down here. I'll kill you all. I'll crush you all. I'll tear you to shreds. The crowd roars its approval. The screams of the audience shake the arena. The battle bliss trembles with the noise of their stomping feet. They pump their fists excitedly and yell in unison, Mephit Slayer! Ermangaleth lays his fat hand on your shoulder with exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, a loner without a past place to belong. For his valor and courage, Kang will receive the collar of the Nehadrin League. From now on, he is the precious property of Battle Bliss. I'm pleased to tell you that I've personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, champ! Ermangaleth pats you on the shoulder again. As he does, the world around you fades to black. Hey, that's enough fooling around. You have more Mephits to defeat. Ermangaleth looms over you. The arena's master's massive, bloated torso wriggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the champion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. You reach up and discover you are now wearing a jewel-studded collar. I've let you down, champion. That fiend has taken you captive, and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives through the veil of the insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew you were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong. We'll find a way to free you. You out of your mind, you fat piece of shit. Ermangaleth smiles at you approvingly. Yes, there's the passion. That's what the audience loves about you. The crowd would tear you to pieces if they had the chance. It wasn't easy to keep them away from you. Everyone wanted to leave with the small souvenir. They would have loved to test their skill against the arena's newest sensation. If you left the Battle Bliss, you'd be the most popular entertainment in the city. Everyone would be trying to pick a fight with you. But I simply cannot allow the arena to lose its most promising new gladiator. No, that would be unacceptable. He points to your collar. Please accept this small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. The collar will make sure that you do not leave the Battle Bliss. I don't want you out there looking for trouble on the street. It will also prevent you from picking fights with other gladiators outside of scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside of the arena. The crowds would miss out on all the action. No, there will be time and place for fighting, but here you can experience all kinds of other entertainment. You'll enjoy all the pleasures accorded to a new star of the arena. The best food and drink, the most passionate succubi, and throngs of adoring fans. You'll love being my property, I promise. How dare you? You're trying to enslave me? This is disgusting. No. You will be my property, but I won't treat you as a slave. I won't make you run errands for me or force you to do anything humiliating. You are my treasure, my precious instrument of violence. You will be a paintbrush in the hands of an artist. Yes, the arena will be my canvas, and the blood will be my paint. I will use you to create a masterpiece of violence, pain, and death. Take this collar off right now. You don't know who I am. You've made a big mistake. You do realize that you're not the first obstinate guest, don't you? Some of the creatures who have worn my collars once aspired to become demon lords. Trust me, I am very prudent. My collars are designed to restrain all manners of creatures. Not even a Baylor could escape. Where are my companions? Your companions? Ah, yes. There was a group of Galarians who came looking for you, but I gave the guards strict orders to keep them away. Are they your slaves? Forget about them. You won't need them anymore. I own the best slaves in the capital, and they are all at your disposal. Free me now. Oh, how I wish I could make you really angry right now. I'd love to watch you destroy everything but now is not the time nor the place. You'll just have to accept that from now on you live here, just like all the other members of the Nehadrin League. Only the champion is allowed to leave the arena. Because everyone thinks he is invincible, no one wants to pick a fight with someone who can't die. That's why the champion can do whatever he wants. He looks at you with a smile. Perhaps you would like to fight Gelderfang. If you take his life and title, you can walk free. The chance to become champion. Why, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Too bad you wouldn't survive. Now I can fight Gelderfang. Excellent, you are not afraid. I can see it in your eyes. This is going to make for wonderful entertainment. Gelderfang hasn't had an opponent like you in a long time. Normally everyone he fights is scared to death of him. The preparations for the fight won't take very long. Get some rest, work out, and enjoy every pleasure you can afford. Because all of this will be over soon. You'll become a legend. A dead legend. The collar reminds me of the seal we broke back in Dresden. If I can try to break it here, its powers will be unleashed, and the collar will likely kill you. I don't want to take that risk, at least not right now. Let's only consider the option as our last resort. For now, you should try to stay calm, be vigilant, and look for opportunities to escape. I'm certain you'll find a way to get free. Do you really think the Mephit Slayer is an amusing title? Yes, I think it's magnificent. All of the capital finds it funny. You must admit, I have a talent for inventing memorable nicknames. Burst out laughing. Alright, I see your point. The two of you laugh for some time together. You can sense that there's something not altogether right about his laugh. It feels unhinged, but it's also intoxicating. And as you drink it in, you feel a faint aftertaste of immortality on your lips. Not everyone seems to like the way you run the arena. Oh, please don't start spouting all this rubbish about fair fights. What does that even mean? One of the opponents is always stronger than the other. That's the whole point. After all, the fights are supposed to be entertaining. The spectators come here to watch the strong triumph over the weak. They want to enjoy the taste of victory without ever leaving their seat. The arena is a theater of violence, a deadly circus, but it is not a fighting pit. After all, fights always follow one of two narratives. Either the monster prevails over its helpless victim, or the invincible hero chops off the monster's head. The outcome of the fight is predetermined, and its narrative depends on what the spectators want to see. Some of the fighters are crowd favorites. The audience cheers them on with whistles and shouts of encouragement. And of course, there are other fighters that they despise. The crowds jeer them from the stands. Why would anyone want to change all of that? It would ruin the show. The audience wants a performance, not a competition match between two professional gladiators. That's the whole point of a fight without... What's the whole point of a fight without any drama? You might as well flip a coin to decide who wins. Nobody wants fair fights except for Zeklix. The audience likes things the way they are, but Zeklix handles the betting tables, and they haven't been very profitable. Of course, under my management, the arena makes money in other ways, but that's not enough for him. He wants to turn my magnificent theater of violence into a stupid slaughterhouse. I think you've gone insane. He smiles. I surely am. I'm as mad as a hatter. My marbles are long lost, but what did you expect? You're in the abyss. Everyone is crazy here. If you are sane and sensible, you are shunned by society. You'll be considered an outcast. I think we're done here. Get some rest and restore your strength. The healer will mend your wounds, and Zeklix will take care of your other needs. I'm in a completely different area.
Move out!
There's the healer. Massive scaly demon. Galarian New Blood. You have not been in the league for long, but you've already given the chance to fight against Gelderfang. I've been fighting in the arena for over a year now, but Ermengaleth protects his champion from me. Pathetic cowards, both of them. We'll have to fight against each other soon. I suggest we join forces and kill Gelderfang. Well, let's find out who he is first. Surely you already know. I'm Ruxa, the future champion of the Battle Bliss. We Vavakia are the greatest of the races, and even among my own kind, I am considered the best and the strongest. The power that roars within me is a gift from Lamastu herself. She gave me the strength to conquer the entire universe. What can that pompous, weak Gelderfang probably do to me? I'll take him by his neck with one hand and grab his wings with the other, and I'll tear him apart. You worship Lamastu? Yes, Lamastu created Vavakia to rule and conquer all. She gives us strength, power, and superiority over all the rest. We are conquerors, Lamastu's true firstborns. All Vavakia must worship her. We'll have to fight against each other soon. I suggest we join forces and kill Gelderfang. Why would I want to form an alliance with you, New Blood? Yeah, Ermangaleth will rig the fight. He won't let you defeat his champion. Yes, Ermangaleth is both smart and cunning, but he is a coward. He won't let me break his favorite toy in a one-on-one fight. Fine. I won't kill you in the arena. I'll wait until Gelderfang shows up to fight you, and then I'll tear him to pieces. Perhaps I'll even let you live after I finish with him. If you grovel in the dust and beg for mercy, I might choose to spare you. Oh, it's the sinners. The succubus you've hired on Zeklik's instructions recognizes you at once and waves at you enthusiastically. You've really pulled out all the stops, but tell me, is your ambition to kill Gelderfang? If so, what would you suggest if you had an ulterior motive for hiring us? Is there something particular you had in mind? What would you need us to do? Is he enjoying himself? He's absolutely enthralled. He believes our visit is a gift from an anonymous fan. If you weren't for the presence in the Battle Bliss, he would have been completely happy. But it seems your arrival has made him a bit cranky. Of course, he pretends like everything is all right, but he clearly considers you a threat. Gelderfang hasn't been afraid of anyone in a long time, so he finds it's deeply unsettling. I have to go. Take care of yourself. If you survive the fight with the champion, drop by the brothel and see us. We'll give you a night to remember. Save here. I have a job for you. Of course, after all, it is why you hired us. You've paid for our services, and we're ready to do our job. What do you have in mind? Just give us the word, and we'll make the lecherous champion miserable. I haven't made up my mind. Don't take too long. I think I just want them to exhaust him.
Head on! I lead, you follow.
A huge, dark-skinned man sits quivering in the corner. His giant body is covered in scars. Many of his injuries look as if they had been fatal, yet somehow he's still alive. Some of his wounds are still fresh, but no one has bandaged them up or tried to heal him. The man's skin is in tatters, and blood oozes from his broken body. He's clearly in a lot of pain, and it's hard to believe that someone so badly injured could maintain consciousness. He casts a wary glance in your direction and grunts something unintelligible. You can't make out his words, but his tone is unmistakably warning not to come any closer. Examine the slave's sword and helmet. The gladiator moves with surprising speed. As you reach for the items, he snatches them away. His voice is hoarse as a whisper. Not yours. Go away. Who are you? The dire one. Reception check back. Trevor? Are you Trevor Vanek, Social's brother? Gladiator goes still. He gazes at you, lips trembling. He seems as if being trying to speak, but the only sound that comes from his parched throat is a dry, wheezing croak. Finally, he nods and manages to choke out hoarsely. Social, yes, he is my brother. After a pause, the gladiator touches your hand with his rough, deformed fingers as if he's trying to greet you with a handshake, but you can't quite remember what he's supposed to do. Are you his friend? My friend too, then. Can you understand me? There's a mixture of fear and anger in the man's bloodshot eyes. Perhaps he doesn't understand you, or perhaps he doesn't want to talk. I have to go. Alright, so that's Social's brother. He recognizes me as a friend, at least.
Onwards!
Zerglix takes a wary step back. I thought I had convinced Ermengalith not to take you captive, but clearly I was wrong. He's a raving lunatic and constantly changes his decisions. You should direct your anger towards him. Did you know I was walking into a trap? I didn't know for sure, but I had my suspicions. All the members of the Nahadran League are considered Ermengalith's property, and since gladiators are valuable assets, they are not allowed to leave the arena. All of the elite fighters at the Battle Bliss wear those collars. However, I did suggest to Ermengalith that he should make an exception in your case. I told him that he should allow you to remain free. I thought I had managed to convince him, but clearly I was wrong. Why am I being forced to wear this collar? The collars are worn by all members of the Nahadran League. You won't be able to leave the arena, and if you try to escape, the collar will immediately teleport you back to the Battle Bliss. If you try to hurt Ermengalith or harm his property while wearing the collar, it will transfer you to a safe and quiet place where you can calm down. Of course, the collar will be removed when you enter the arena. That's the only time the members of the Nahadran League are allowed to fight one another. Ermengalith doesn't want his precious property damaged outside of the arena, but there are no such restrictions once his fighters are inside. As long as there is a screaming crowd in the stands, the gladiators can do whatever they want. Did you hear that, champion? They'll take the collar off when you fight. As soon as you enter the arena, you'll be free and unfettered. You can do whatever you want. A lot of gladiators believe they are invincible. They are so confident in their abilities, they'll challenge anyone to a fight. Before our gladiators had collars, they used to strut around the streets in the capital and pick fights with dangerous opponents. We lost a number of good fighters that way. Even worse, they would fight amongst themselves and kill or maim one another outside of the arena without any spectators to watch. That's why the idea of these to create the collars. However, Ermengalith stole my idea and took the credit for it. I understand. I apologize once again. I would certainly set you free if I could. Will you help me escape? Of course I will. I have a plan that will free you from the collar and help you defeat Gelderfang. And trust me, you will need my help. While you are unconscious, Ermengalith managed to find a Nahadran crystal. Gelderfang has been obsessed with getting his hands on one, and his wish has finally come true. A demon called Mustafen took the crystal into Gelderfang's room and locked the door. For the next few hours, the sound of the champion's screams shook the arena. When Gelderfang emerged from his room, he was covered in blood, and he also looked stronger and more powerful than ever. Ermengalith is confident that you don't stand a chance against him, champion, but I disagree. I think you can win. I want to overthrow Ermengalith and take over the Battle Bliss. He's terrible at his job, and he's standing in the way of my ambitions. There's no denying that he is a genius. No one can get the crowds excited like he can, but his management of the arena could not be worse. The fights have turned into a bloody circus. His opponents are never evenly matched. The crowds are losing interest, and the passion of the audience is fading away. I want to change all that. But it won't be easy to kill Ermengalith. The current champion, Gelderfang, protects him. After his last escapade, Ermengalith has forbidden Gelderfang from leaving his side. That means Ermengalith is only vulnerable when the champion is fighting in the arena. So I want to offer you a deal. I'll help you eliminate Gelderfang if you help me overthrow Ermengalith. If you agree to my proposal, I'll make sure your companions join you in the arena when you need them. Then you can kill Gelderfang together. You can have the title and all the glory that comes with it. You'll become the champion, and I'll take over the arena. Deal? Did you mention Mustafen? I killed him not long ago. I heard more than one person claim the same thing before. It didn't stick. That weasel Mustafen is surprisingly hard to kill. Shake his hand. The tiefling begins to speak in a brisk matter of tone. The imp nods in agreement. Gelderfang is of course an extremely dangerous opponent, but he is not without his vulnerabilities. For example, he doesn't know that you hired the succubi to keep him company. Since you paid for their services, I think they'd be willing to accommodate some special requests. If you want to weaken Gelderfang before the fight, I'm sure you could persuade them to help. I think that's everything. Try to make use of the advantages during the fight. It'll be your best chance to defeat Gelderfang, and while you fight for the title of champion, I'll eliminate Ermengalith. He'll be vulnerable without his favorite bodyguard, and the Battle Bliss arena will be ours. Of course, you won't have to fight Gelderfang all by yourself. Your companions were worried when Ermengalith kidnapped you. I reached out to them and secured their cooperation. I'll make sure they join you in the arena when the time comes. Is there anything I should know about my fight with the champion? The fight will not be fair, as you already know. Ermengalith doesn't believe in a level playing field. First, he will send in some weak fighters just to whet the audience's appetite. Then you will have to face more experienced gladiators. I have no doubt that you will defeat them, but they might prove troublesome. Try not to let them wear you down, and avoid as much injury as possible. You'll need to save your strength. Next, I suspect some of the members of the Nahadran League will enter the arena. Ermengaleth will send in some of his most loyal fighters. I expect to see Anselm and Ruxa. They don't care if the fight is fair or not. All they care about is gold and fame. Finally, after all that, Gelderfang himself will enter the arena, and that's when Ermengaleth will be defenseless. Battle bliss will be ours. He nods, but he does not speak. His face is screwed up in concentration, as if trying to calculate something in his head. Finally, he gives a nod. Yes, we are taking a risk, but delaying any longer will not improve our situation. In fact, it might make it worse, so we need to take action now. It's time for you to prepare for the hardest fight of your life. Gelderfang is the truest master of violence, and now with the Nahadran Crystal, he's even stronger. I have other things to do. Rest up, you'll need all the strength for the upcoming fight. Find me when you're ready, and I'll escort you to the arena.
Move out!
Anselm sits in front of you, very much alive despite the recent death in the arena. However, she is not alone. Two other figures sit beside her. The first is an elderly woman with a wrinkled face. Despite her age, she still retains some of her grace and vigor in youth. The second is a very young girl who only just passed from childhood to adolescence. Upon closer inspection, you realize both of these figures look like Anselm. They all share the same face. She looks up at you, her high cheekbones and androgynous features that could easily belong to a man or a woman. Her ears are partially hidden beneath her hair, but you can just make out a strange shape. You realize that she is not human, though from a distance she could easily be mistaken for one. She greets you cheerfully and does not seem to harbor any resentment. Ah, here comes our killer. We hope you enjoyed the sweet taste of victory. The old woman looks like Anselm, adds in a stern voice, "We won't forget what you've done to us. It hurt us very much, but be glad that we are not vindictive. Well, not normally." How did you survive? We are a Fae of the First World, a triune being with joint thoughts and feelings. When two of us fight in the arena, the third one observes, hidden by magic. This way, one of us will always stay alive, even if the others die. When the morning comes, we will return into our triune form. Well, that's very helpful. It must hurt very much. I guess it's better not to die at all, then you don't have to come back to life again. Sorry I killed you. Think nothing of it. It was an amusing fight, and we enjoyed it. As for the death, it hurts, but we're used to the experience. Why do you refer to yourself in the plural? We are not one. We're not one, and we're not three. We are a triune entity. This is the way we're accustomed to speaking. How do you create copies of yourself? It's a Fae secret. We won't tell you. Tell me about yourself. We are Anselm Thunder Eyes from the Fae of the First World and a proud scout of the Wild Hunt. It was Anselm's job to track down the prey and flush them from hiding. After a good chase, there would be a feast, and Anselm would always took a bottle of spice wine to the monarch of the hunt. During one of the feasts, Anselm infuriated the monarch when she mixed up 2 bottles of wine. She brought him young wine, fragrant and smelling of spring, but he had asked her for aged wine that tasted of oak, a wine that would leave a bitterness of regret on the tongue and make the soul weep. And the monarch said, Don't you know the difference between young and old, Anselm? No? Well, I'll show you. And she banished Anselm from the first world. But the Fae used to be a good servant, so at the last moment the monarch relented. To help Anselm overcome her pathetic stupidity, the monarch taught her a special spell in order for her to cast the spell on herself every morning. The spell made Anselm a triune being, and helped her understand the difference between vibrant youth and gray hairs of old. And now Anselm has grown wise. We have become very wise. And the time is near when the monarch will summon us back to the Wild Hunt, and we'll begin riding with our brothers and sisters. We'll drink and laugh, and no one will say, "Ha, Anselm is so foolish. She doesn't even know the difference between young and old," ever again. How would you like to help me kill Gelderfang in the arena? You wish to betray Ermengaleth and kill his champion. That is an ambitious plan, and for some reason, you have decided to seek our help. You killed us, but that has not stopped you from paying us a visit. This is very unusual. Yes, you've intrigued us. Now you must persuade us. We want to hear more about this cunning treachery. How exciting. It will be fun to betray Ermengaleth. The young Ansel nods her approval. She gestures towards the other two forms as if to indicate that is speaking on their behalf. The Galarian knows the meaning of fun. This sounds like a very good joke. Count us in. Sick. You gotta know how to talk to different kinds of creatures.
Head on!
This guy wants to win, and he knows the fight won't be fair. They just want to have fun. I needed to convince the dire one that I'm Social's friend, so he's on my side. I have a job for you. Seduce him before the fight. Wear him out with your games of passion and pleasure until he is thoroughly exhausted. You know what to ask for. He is an incubus. He has a lot of stamina, and no one can outlast him in bed. Well, no one except a succubus. Fine. We'll arrange a very special night for the champion, and by the time we're through with him, this Gelderfang of yours won't even be able to punch a closet. Take care of yourself, outsider. Alright, sick. So he's going to be on my side. They're going to be on my side. He's going to be exhausted, or at least fatigued. This guy back here will be on my side. Sick. Now we go save and fight this nerd. Lead me to your, wait, what? Hold on. I'm fully healed. I'm off by like 4 hit points. It's fine. Lead me to the arena. The champion dies today. Wait. I can't do that because then the succubi won't have a chance to wear him out. Because if I do the fight right now, they won't have tired him out. I need to rest first. That was only like 10 seconds apart. Okay. Let me go. Let me make sure I've done this. I haven't done this. Yeah, count me in. Okay, so that's done. Glad I talked to them. I've already talked to.
Move out!
Okay, good. So they're set up. Now we go. How exciting. Who will emerge victorious? My bet is on Galarian. I'm sure the Battle Bless will be able to entertain you, my dear Hebsy. Interesting. Today I will fight Gelderfang myself. How about a warm-up? Look at all the Mephits scurrying around. I think it's time for a signature move. Let's hear it for the Mephit Slayer. Now please give a warm welcome to... well, who is that? Zeklix? Ah, never mind. Give a warm welcome to their friends.
I lead. You follow.
Hello, everyone? This is all wrong. You're at the end. I think it's like that.
Onwards.
Yes, that is correct.
The struggles never cease. I will resist!
We won't fall here. I
That
swear
was a
it.
horrible miss.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Prepare yourself!
Let's take down this upstart.
All this waiting bores me. None shall escape!
You won't survive me.
Desna, guide my hand!
Endure this. Begone, fiend!
Make your peace.
Fighters from the Nahadran League, give it up for Anselm and Roxa. You struck me down once, but I will get my revenge. Kneel before me, you pathetic maggots. We'll be at your side, Kang. Wow, looks like the Mephit Slayers made some new friends. First you, and then we'll deal with Gelderfang. Kill you first, must deal with Gelderfang later. Oh, he decided not to, well, I thought I'd talk to him. I guess I didn't.
Move out! Battles await.
Whatever, it's fine. Wait a second. Okay, you can't grapple
Let's move already.
on your first turn.
Cut them to pieces!
I'll grapple him next turn, probably.
I will resist.
Make every strike count.
Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the event. Gelderfang. He should be exhausted. Fatigue, yeah. -2 penalty to strength and dex. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue causes them to become exhausted.
Head on! I'm losing my temper. I'm superior!
I missed. What's his AC? 42?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Just went a little too far, didn't I? Bummer. Grapple.
You won't survive me.
Prepare yourself.
Can I delay until after him? I want you to delay until after her. Grapple. Bummer.
The light take you!
Yeah, yeah.
Fails to overcome the spell resistance, that's fine.
Endure this!
Desna, guide my hand.
Still want you to grapple. If you could hit.
Into the fray! Nav, air, orma.
Let's hear you cry!
Make every strike count.
Make your peace.
Zeklix has Imangaleth by the throat. The injured Cambion is on his knees, and blood seeps from his wounds. Zeklix raises his dagger in a gesture of triumph. We've won! Now we just need to finish him off. I'll let you do the honors. Imangaleth licks his lips nervously. He glances back and forth between you and Zeklix. Am I supposed to plead for my life now? Is this the moment where I try to soften the hard hearts of my cunning killers? Well, why not? Wringing his hands dramatically, he falls to his knees, begging to wail so loudly even the spectators in the back can hear him. What are you doing? Let's make a deal. Zeklix, I gave you everything you wanted. He thrusts his arms towards you. And you, champion, our newest champion. I always believed you would win. I'm your biggest fan. Spare me. Finish off the sleazebag. He's tried multiple times to kill you off in the arena, and now it's time for you to pay him back. Please, have mercy on me. I promise my generosity will know no bounds. I beg you to spare me. I won't arrange unfair fights ever again. I'll give the arena to you, Zeklix. As for you, champion, I'll give you anything you want. Shamira, save me. His wailing lament can be heard from the back of the stands. He gives a moving performance. The audience bursts into applause. Attack him. Zeklix utters a cry of triumph. Armengalix is dead. I, Zeklix, lay claim to the battle bliss. The arena is all mine. From now on, there will be no more dirty fights, no more sham rivals, and no more dull shows. The fights will become unpredictable. Opponents will be evenly matched, and the thrill of battle will have you on the edge of your seats. If anyone has a problem with these new arrangements, you can take it up with our new champion. Tremble before him, all hail Kang, Gelderfang's Slayer.
Let me help.
You fall.
Battle Bliss has a new champion. The demons sing your praises. You have won their respect. Tell me, champion, do you enjoy the attention? Are you basking in your newfound glory? Yeah, I thought it was fun. No, champion, it was not fun. What happened in the arena was dreadful. It filled me with sorrow. I am grieved to find that you do not share my feelings on this matter.
Onwards!
Alright, Zeklix. Zeklix looks very grand and important. He's clearly enjoying his new status. His shoulders look strong and broad, and he appears to have grown a few inches taller. However, he still addresses you politely, and you can hear respect in his voice. How can I be of assistance? My companion social needs to meet the dire one. Forgive me, champion, but rules are rules. You can't talk to the dire one whenever you'd like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena, and by meeting I mean a fight. Is this option suitable? I agree. Trevor's my brother. He would never raise a hand against me. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him, but who knows? We certainly can't rule out the possibility of a peaceful outcome, so let's make a deal. If the dire one, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight, I'll send someone else into the arena. The two of you can fight against your opponent together. After all, the spectators paid to see a show, and we can't disappoint them. That would be bad for business. The show. Fine, I agree. After all, I've gone through to find him. What's another fight? But if we win, you'll let him go free. We'll leave the arena together. Are you trying to bankrupt me? Fine. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to argue. Let's make a wager for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? Not right now. Save. Crow, we need to arrange a fight between Kang and a newcomer. We're looking for an opponent that has some potential. Promising new fighter to prove something. Remind me, do we have anyone that fits the description? Oh. This is me.
Yet another obstacle. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I will resist!
Not what I thought.
You won't survive me.
Move out.
I guess I have to go down that specific line of dialogue again. Social steps into the arena, his eyes wandering around the stands full of clamorous spectators. The face of demons and mortals alike blur, merging into a horrendous, multi-eyed monster which roars at the top of its lungs in an endless thirst for blood. They are chanting, "The dire, the dire." A dark-skinned warrior in an enclosed helmet approaches Social. His body is covered with scars, old and new, intertwining like web layers. Even the fingers of his veteran gladiator are marred and disfigured. Those same hands that once produced delicate wooden figures, a source of joy for the whole village, now grip a weapon that is pointed at a young cleric. Trevor, brother, is that you? The helmet prevents the gladiator from hearing anything not already drowned out by the crowd. The warrior breaks into a sprint and lunges at Social with his sword to attack. Raise his shield. Gladiator hits the shield with a sonorous clang like a lament. He raises his blade again, but suddenly freezes. After several seconds of examining the shield, his eyes slowly track up to the face of the man holding it. Social? Brother, I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize. You chose this path, and you've been following it heroically. I'm proud of you. What a shocking surprise. Our gladiators have lost their will to fight. Each of them would rather die than witness his brother bleed out in the arena. Well, we're going to give them a chance to do both. This is a unique gift from the Battle Bliss arena. Come back tomorrow and place your bets. Will the Dire One and his newfound brother stand strong against their enemies? Who will win? 2 mortals or 1 Vavakia? You'll soon find out. Let's give a round of applause to the final roar for our fearless warriors. Trevor picks up his blade from the ground and points it at the arena guards circling the 2 brothers. The simple gesture has truly intimidating effect on the demons. Leave, brother. I will stay here and hold them off until the end, like a hero. The young cleric places his palms on top of his brother's huge, callous fists clutching the blade hilt. Their eyes meet through the slit of the helmet, and something changes. Already an enormous muscular Hulk, Trevor becomes even larger and stronger. The mythic power bestowed upon Social by his commander is channeling through his brother as well. My goddess, can you hear me? I'm not worthy of your grace. I have abandoned my path and your teachings for this endless, hopeless war. I have nothing to look forward to anymore. But if only you can still hear my prayers, please keep my brothers safe. Now run, escape. Remember me.
It's over. Trevor is gone. At least, I got a chance to see him one last time, and to witness his final heroic deed. Thank you. I would have never found him without your help.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. How am I going to tell her mother? I don't want her to know of his fall. I'll tell them he died like a hero, fighting demons in the abyss. That's not a lie. It really happened.
What will you do now?
I will remember him at his best. I will do everything I can to end this war as soon as possible. Nobody deserves what Trevor had to endure, and I will make sure nobody else will.
You think he's a hero?
Yes. He strayed from the path of a paladin, but not the ideals of the crusade itself. Even the thought of what these monsters did to him terrifies me. Still, despite the unimaginable torment, he was able to remember who he once was. I think he would have inspired even the best of the Hell Knights if he hadn't been caught by these demons. Yes, let us.
Head on!
You know, you didn't let them leave the arena. How can I be of assistance? You've been trying to enslave my companion Social and his brother. Ah, that was a rash decision. Please accept my apologies. Such behavior was unprofessional of me. It's just that he would have made a perfect addition to the arena. I would have made sure he was given the best of care, and he would have been accepted into the Nahadran League without question. In fact, he would not be risking his life any more than he already is as your companion, and he would be living in far more comfortable conditions. However, I can see that my words have failed to persuade you, so please forgive me, champion, and do not punish me too severely.
I lead, you follow.
I don't know what fighting him is going to do, so let's save real quick before I do it. Zekla clutches his bag to his body protectively. You notice that he's wearing a simple purple ring on his finger, and he swiftly lifts it to his lips. When he opens his mouth, his voice booms out across the arena. It rejects the bliss of battle. The phrase must have been a password of some kind. As he vanishes into thin air, and a stampede of spectators thunders towards the exit. You can hear a tramp of feet as the guards begin to close in around you.
Onwards!
I guess I'm just not welcome there anymore. Well, that's fine. Not gonna lose any sleep over that. Alright, there was something in the tavern I needed to do.